Now, if you have youth continuously in thousands joining, the idle population every year as a result of lack of education or proper access to higher education, this is a time bomb that is exploding in series. It has already started. It's continuing. The explosion is continuing in series with respect to security. We've blamed Teacher Service Commission, Ministry of Education. The previous CES, Amina, tried to come with a solution. That did not go through. We want to relook at the situation as it is. Should we accept that every 1 year or 1.5 years, Teacher Service Commission will remove non-local teachers in the pretense of security, because we have non-local officers. In this town alone, we have more than 7,000, 8,000 non-locals who work in various sectors, including national government departments, county government departments, private sector, and non-governmental organization and others. Now, if you select and remove only teachers every year, and then as a result, we have institutions of learning all closed, and it is happening, this cycle is continuing throughout. Is this situation acceptable? Is the question we want to ask. Now, we can sit here and blame Teacher Service Commission endlessly. We can say Teacher Service Commission has done this, but the situation is what it is. The question is, Teacher Service Commission will not change their mode of operation. Every other time there's a challenge, you fix the challenge by saying remove all non-local teachers. What we want to come up with today is appreciate the problem for what it is, discuss solutions that also the community has a role to play. For example, if every father says, my children will go to engineering, they will go to medical field, they will go to law, and they will go to other areas, na hakuna wazazi ambao wanaweza kujitolea kuhakikisha mambo ya kupeleka watoto wao ambao wamepita, who have C and above, waanze kujitolea waseme wengine wetu lazima waende Teachers Training College. Now every quarter 900, 800, 700 is advertised for Mandera or Northern Kenya, but then 99% become non-locals. Why is it that we cannot produce local teachers, yet we can produce engineers, lawyers, doctors, architects, name them? Kwa nini sisi watu wa Northern Kenya hatuwezi kupata walimu wa kutosha ili kuweza kutoka kwa hii shida ya kutokuwa na walimu wa locals wa kutosha kuweza kuhakikisha shule zetu masomo zinaendelea? Hiyo ndo swali tunataka kujiuliza, kwa sababu kila wakati tutakutana tuanze kusema Teacher Service Commission imefanya hivi. Swali ni, what is our role? Can't we fix this problem once and for all? And what do we need to do to make sure we deal with this problem once and for all, so that we are not in this cycle that has become a never-ending cycle that we can comfortably predict with certain, near 100% certainty that Teacher Service Commission, if an attack occurs, and this attack does occur on security forces, it has affected me several times, but life continues, because this is a challenge we'll continue living with as long as Somalia remains unstable. And because of that instability of Somalia, Al-Shabaab, the spillover effect of Al-Shabaab continues affecting us. We should work as a government very closely with Somalia to make sure it stabilizes. But as we deal with that problem, these are circumstantial problems that ought to have been adapted, because the challenge is not only facing teachers, it's facing security forces. Our offices have been burnt in this town, a number of county government staff, my own security in 2 different incidents, 8 of them have been killed, in an attack that I was part of the convoy. With Allah's will, they have gotten affected, and some of us survived. And this is a challenge. We don't stop living just because there's security challenge. Somalia does not stop living because Al-Shabaab are thriving and bombing hotels. They resiliently progress. The question becomes, this cycle from Teacher Service Commission will not end. We can see it because it's an arbitrary decision. They meet in the boardroom, they discuss, oh, some teachers are killed. What do we do? Remove non-local teachers. And then the next cycle of recruitment, for the quota, they recruit, the same Teacher Service Commission, recruit non-local teachers to post them here. At least if you know you will keep removing, then stop recruiting. You know, so that at least if we get locals, it's fine. If we don't get locals, let the gaps remain as it is, as we find for permanent solution. So today's program, devoid of any blames, is how do we, how can we internalize the problem for what it is and find solutions that is workable, implementable, sustainable, that will take us out of this never-ending cycle of teachers' crisis. That is the agenda for today, and I would like us to contribute to that agenda with the intention of finding long-lasting solution that is going to take us out of this problem permanently. And I believe with conviction, if we make the decision and Teacher Service Commission is open-minded, Ministry of Education is open-minded, there is no reason why we cannot get out of this problem permanently. And that's what we are seeking to get today.
I support the issue of merging of schools as a temporary measure. Because everything you come with has, immediately you get a problem, even if you are sick. And the doctor gives you a Panadol, you have to start with it. So that, and then you go for another examination and then get something. So I support the issue of merging of schools. Number two, I also support the recruitment of untrained teachers. This we did a resolution in the County Education Board. We had the County Education Board, which was chaired by the County Education Board Chair. The County Commissioner was there. The Director General, Minister of Education, was in that meeting. We said the schools should employ untrained teachers immediately at their cost, because that was an immediate solution to the problem. Because when these teachers were fleeing in this county, myself was in Shimbir Fatuma. 10 teachers left that town when I was there. Number three, we have also introduced teaching in shifts, paradigm shift in schools. So those were the immediate measures. But I want to appeal to our team, the National Assembly members, and I want to thank them, because since this crisis started, they have also been on the move to look for a solution. But the best solution is to remove Nancy Macharia from office. They have to petition. They have to petition. Somebody must sponsor a motion in Parliament. They have to petition for her removal, because removing teachers is not always a solution. We have other actors in Mandera. We have non-locals in private schools. We have non-locals even, at the moment we have about 130 in our schools, those who have not gone. So TSC iko na pesa yetu ya taxpayers money. Ni haki yetu kupatia sisi walimu katika public schools. So if they just remove teachers without a solution, na pesa yetu iko hapo, mimi naomba wabunge yetu wahesabu ile amount we are supposed to get from the TSC. It is given to the governor here. We employ teachers here in Mandera. Because hata hii conference mnaona hapa ni conference ya kitaifa, and it is organized by the county government of Mandera. So what I want, let our resources, our little resources, we are taxpayers. Sisi abana omba mtu yote. Let us be given our money, iwekwe kwa gunia, iletwe kwa governor yetu. Na tutahakikisha hiyo pesa imetumika. Last year tulipeleka almost 300 students to universities from this county under the same problems. So
as a national government, I want to confirm here that the national government has done a lot. We have adequate security agencies who are working with us here in order to ensure that we have a peaceful county. And I can confirm, since I came in July, this count has been a bit stable. But once in a while, we normally have occasional attacks here and there, and which we have been able to adequately address. And we are securing everybody, including teachers. I remember when this kind of panic started, early last month. I must commend the efforts of the community, some of them in some of the most remote areas, like areas of Bambo, whereby they took it upon themselves to ensure that they can protect the non-local teachers. We must commend those community members because they were able to pull them from a school and go and keep them in their homes. Then after that, they alerted us and we were able to secure the teachers, and we even posted the security officers to go and secure that primary school. And that's the kind of support we require from each and every one of us, all the main players in this sector. And education is the very key to all of us here, and it is very dear, and I believe that's what has led to the governor to convene this particular meeting. It is the one that can transform our lives, including all of us here in Mandera. And that's why all of us, we have a stake in it. We must work together in order to ensure that we address the challenges that we face as a community. The issues of Al-Shabaab, I don't want to promise you that they will end tomorrow, but we must learn how to deal with that problem. It's a problem that the government is adequately addressing, and now what is required is for us also to bring on board everybody, including the members of the public, first to agree that we have a problem among ourselves. The fellows who are committing those crimes here, they are our own sons and daughters, not anybody else. I've just received a report this morning that somebody has just been arrested in Helwak with an AK-47 and how many magazines, several rounds of ammunition. And this is somebody who comes from this county. Those ammunitions, arsenals, were directed to who? These are the issues we need to ask. That person, after committing these crimes, he goes back to his home. There is a father, there is a son, there is a daughter, and they don't want to talk. All of us, we must hone this issue, animal code security. All of us, we must work closely together in order to address this challenge. The national government is committed to do its part, but we also have a responsibility as a community. I must thank the leadership. They have gone ahead to convene a meeting in order for all of us to talk about this menace of insecurity. This county is very peaceful, apart from those instances of Al-Shabaab attacks here and there, attacking buses on the highways, and also scaring other investors. But generally, the county is very peaceful. We don't lose lives. Lives have also been, on a daily basis, I normally grow through the reports that we do for the entire country, and I can see. But our challenges are limited and are very unique. And that's why we are saying, let us get together, let us come together. Everybody, instead of blaming one another. And that's why I was appealing to the non-local teachers. We are here to support one another. I'm not a local, but I have a responsibility and a duty to serve this country. All of us, we have a responsibility and a duty to serve this country. Where there are issues, I want to talk to my brothers, the teachers. We can sit together. Come to my office, let us sit together. Where you want us to beef security, we'll do it. It is our responsibility. And I'm also appealing to the community to go an extra mile. Let us be the brother's keeper for each and every one of us, especially the ones who do essential duties in this country. It's quite unfortunate. Yesterday we had an unfortunate incident which happened. We lost lives, and also some were injured. Some of them are teachers, and also others who are also trying to make their livelihood. And it's quite unfortunate. It's being committed by some of our people. These are not people who are coming from outside this county. They are our own brothers and sons who are committing these crimes. And we are saying, at the end of the day, let us address this issue. Let us go and interrogate ourselves. Why should we keep on losing blood, losing lives because of ideologies which are misplaced? We need to address this as major stakeholders in this county. I want to commit myself here. We are determined as a national government. The county directors for education are here. The TSE directors are here. I have my deputy county commissioner, some of them are here. I have the county security team is here. Our purpose is to secure this county. And that one, we shall do it, and it is your right for us. It is a right for you to demand that from us. And we shall continue doing that. But we also want to ask you, please, can you support us in order for us to eliminate this menace from our midst?
Now, for education, for security, it's a national challenge. It's not only here. A couple of years ago, we had a lot of bombings in Nairobi. We didn't run away from Nairobi. We remained put, and the national government put its foot down and made sure that that menace is completely removed from society. Now we have a problem in northern Kenya. And because of insecurity, we have removed all our teachers. All the teachers that were here, who are non-locals, have been moved by the Teacher Service Commission. When you remove teachers away, that in essence tells you you have really created a very fertile ground for terror to succeed. The terrorists have succeeded. They have learned that they can be able to threaten government, and once you threaten, then the teachers will go away. They'll continue threatening. Tomorrow the askaris who are posted here will say, we don't want to go and die there. We are giving leeway to terror to succeed in this area. And I think that is the only place that we need Teacher Service Commission to have looked at. Removing of teachers will not solve the crisis. The crisis is not about education. The crisis is about insecurity. And I think if we had a national discourse, dialogue between national government, the Teacher Service Commission, and the county government, I'm sure we will not have reached that level where we move around removing teachers. And therefore, Teacher Service Commission need to relook at the policy decision of removing teachers away from here. Many statistics are there. There are many non-locals here. Many of us were taught by non-locals at our early age. Very many of them, from Meru, from Central Kenya, some from Nyanza, all the way from Suba. We had a head teacher here who was from Suba, who was in Mandera Secondary School for a long time. We have fond memories. We have nostalgic memories about the good way in which they taught us around here. And therefore, let us, as citizens of Northern Kenya, we need to feel wanted. We want to appear as part and parcel of the Kenyan society. We need to be part and parcel of the Kenyan system. And when teachers are removed, it creates a problem for us. We're looking for a homegrown solution to this problem. And the homegrown solution is to build capacity amongst ourselves. I'm sure there are very many of us who were teachers in the past, who are in this hall today, who have abdicated that role and moved on to other professions. Ali Uzia, who was Noor Zia, and many others. Not some of them are here because of age. They may have retired. But many young men and women among the teaching profession have changed their profession. They have moved away. Teaching was a very noble profession. And it is still a very noble profession. After Form 4, I became a UT teacher in primary school. After A levels, I became a UT teacher in Mandera Secondary School. After finishing the university, I came back and taught Mandera Secondary School during the interlude period when I was getting posted to other professions. That time, teachers were respected. Teachers had fulfillment. We all look towards becoming teachers. Society has changed. We no longer respect our teachers. Teachers have lost the aura they used to have. It is the highest time we start thinking. Those of us who have offices and stay in Nairobi, in government offices, every day we are inundated with applications of nearly 30, 40 children, all having done business courses, all having done procurement, business education, Bachelor of Arts, General, Sociology, name them. they cannot be employed anywhere in offices. I think society needs to look afresh and come back and say, are we on the right course? Let us return back the dignity of the teaching profession to where it used to be. Let us respect our teachers. Let us motivate our teachers. Teachers who used to live in the rural areas used to be given mbuzis, used to be given milk, because everybody respected them. They were the custodian of the knowledge of society. And therefore, our solution lies in our change of perception. Our mindset must change, and we must have teaching profession. Our children must go and become teachers. We all have children. Tell your children to go and do teaching as a course if they want to get employed quickly, so that this problem can be tackled once and for all.